We're back.
Golden.
We're in action. We are live. Not really live. We're doing that very soon. I think that's next week, wouldn't it be? Second week?
That's the plan.
Next week is live.
I like live. I like live a lot.
But yeah, we will obviously come back to that. But here we are. Another week. Another Tech Tuesday. But a big thing has happened. We're all about big things around Aces. We're trying to make a big impact in the industry. No, but for real, we did. We launched the Killshot II today. Well, you guys are seeing this the following day, but we launched it today.
Hollywood magic.
Yes,
about
exactly.
24 hours.
Yes, no. But yeah, Killshot II. Lots of videos. You recorded a lot of videos on the week. There's so many videos on the Killshot II.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, Killshot II. A lot of, just behind the product stuff, which was quite epic.
Yep.
I had a good time doing that. The best part was, just for the fact we have such a good relationship, and we got a bit of an open doors over there with the manufacturers, and they're just, lovely people. I saw a comment I was reading last night. I was thinking about responding to it, but it was like, he didn't say anything about this factory being in China. I'm like, well, we already addressed.
We did just address all that.
But some people don't watch all of our videos. But it's the whole thing was like, yeah.
50 comments on the last Tech Tuesday.
Man, that's what I'm talking about.
That is crazy. Can I just take a second to appreciate where Tech Tuesday came from, and now we have 50 comments on our latest Tech Tuesday. That's awesome.
Sweet.
Really, thank you guys. That's awesome. But yeah, so Killshot 2, there's so many things that are coming. So many things. But biggest thing, I'll just address it on here in case there is some confusion. We're doing a trade-in deal.
Trade up.
But it's called the Trade Up. Exactly. So
trade up.
We don't just trade in, we trade up.
Trading it up.
Yeah. But we could do a little jingle. No, but for real, nobody does this. I think, at other places when they release a new product, there's no trade in deal or whatever. But no, we're doing it for the whole shebang for aftermarket EFI, TBI systems, for carburetors. You can trade that in and get the new Killshot 2, which I think is fantastic.
The goal on that is I don't want somebody to take their amazingly tuned 850 CFM double pumper carburetor that works perfectly. That's not the one you should send in.
Correct.
You should get yourself a caked up, been setting in a field, old Quadra
bump box
jet,
board
maybe?
jet.
Anyways, you get an old Q-Jet, and it's it's all caked up. You can't get a build kit for it. You got a 4150 flange, whatever it is.
Yeah.
As long as it's an automotive carburetor, automotive stuff is what we want. But we don't want your amazingly working thing. Find one.
Correct.
See if your buddy's got one. You know what I mean? Like, we want to give you the deal, but you shouldn't like, hey, take this 850 amazing carburetor, this old 600. You should put that thing on a shelf for a rainy day or another project.
You could send it. We're not going to tell you.
I'm not telling you not to. Just we don't want you to send things that are like
correct,
valuable and worth money and things like that you're not. You can't maybe not get to squeeze the same deal out of it.
Exactly.
But
something that you maybe don't see a use for or don't really know if there's any money in it. And you can just get something better and get something out of it would be the ideal way of looking at it for sure.
Yeah.
So,
well, that and then on that whole trade up thing, it's like there's a clause in there. It's like you're not going to get that back.
Right.
You'll get the value for it, but it goes in a big pile. We're not really doing anything with the things. They're just going to sit in a big pile.
Yeah.
Probably. I might build a sculpture out of them.
Yeah, I don't know what we'll do with them, but the point is to get you guys the best system and not have to, just buy it at the sticker price. You could trade in an old carburetor or an old EFI and call it a day. Not OEM and aftermarket.
No, not the OEM TBI stuff.
Plus, you gotta
really qualify.
Yeah, don't need you digging into your dash or do anything crazy. Just trying to get stuff. But yeah, cool. But anyway. Killshot 2, it's here. It's awesome. Go check out those videos. I may have Reed link it here There's 50 comments, so we're going to just jump right in. All right, here we go. Number 1, we got Skeeter Garage. He says, could you do an in-depth video on how your tuning software works for people who want to get into the tuning? Their systems can learn, then they can learn how to use.
It's already on the schedule. Mm-hmm. That's actually on our list of videos we're making here soon.
Yep.
But I mean, this, you know, the plan is back-to-back make videos. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be bugging Ben on a daily basis of what are we filming today. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, we've all got our own things to do, but I'm going to be bugging him about what can we film today. Yeah. Even if it is just like, hey, we're going to go over fuel tables today. Let's just screen record it, talk about it, get the good mic out, do the whole thing, and get to it. And I want to do that like on the dyno and show like results, like, hey, we made 21 more horsepower because I did this type stuff.
You'll see probably one video before that where we're following the orange Camaro, and it's going through the whole, you know, from a carburetor to Killshot.
We got the S10 to do.
Oh, yeah.
We got the big block Camaro to do.
Blazer.
Big block Camaro is on the dyno right now with a Killshot II on it, and it's stunning.
Yep. You'll see that very soon. There's so many videos that are coming out. So, but the short answer to your question is yes, that is in the works, in the docket of things to do. We know that people want an in-depth tuning guide. And maybe in the future, I know we've said this before, but even a class will be an opportunity down the road. There will be opportunities for sure.
Yeah, we're getting better R&D facilities, so there's even the opportunity down the road for possibly me hosting class here with the dyno or an engine dyno, depending on you know which one we're running that day, and just going through the whole what's up with it.
Yeah,
not big classes.
We'll bring donuts and coffee, and you guys can learn.
Probably coffee, but most likely the finest Little Caesars.
Yes,
maybe Domino's, maybe.
Hey, now that's premium. No, I'm just kidding. No. But yes, great question.
Jimmy making it work. This guy's got some experience, and you can tell by the dollars. Let's see. I tell people all the time, based on my experience with manufacturing in China, they make as good or as cheap as any manufacturer wants. That's true. We pay for premium. We do. We had RC car tire molds quoted at $15,500 in the U.S., and China made it for $1,600. The finished product was exactly the same. Until the currency imbalance was corrected, or until the currency imbalance is corrected, it is hard to compete any other way, as long as quality standards are met. Second part of that is I just got a kill shot put on my 62 C10 project after growing wary of tweaking with the Holley 4160 carb whenever the truck sets for 2 weeks. First start, first video coming soon. Cool.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Now, you've heard the phrase 4150, right?
Yeah, of course.
You know what 4160 is?
I'm assuming a bigger flange.
Shorter body. The rear bowl's a bit stubby. Crazy, right? They're a little different, too. But that's what that is.
Cool.
Anywho, yeah, you're absolutely right about that U.S. versus Chinese stuff. Like I said in the other video, I mean, to make a throttle body, it's somewhere around the figure of $3,500 to make the thing. And it's just one. Yeah. And then we couldn't have the same kind of response time and the same kind of quality either. Quality checks over there we do pay for. We have great relationships that make these things happen. And we say, hey, we need it to meet these criteria with these type of checks. And they said, no problem. Yep. And you know what? When I went there, that stuff was actually going on. Yep. So, I mean, it's great. Yeah. But if you want to pay bottom dollar, like a lot of folks do, you'll get that. If you want to pay top dollar, like we do, you'll get this. Yep.
And we genuinely do. If we didn't, I don't think we'd be, we wouldn't have pushing those manufacturing videos.
We wouldn't have made it that far in this market, actually, if we was having substandard products out there. Really wouldn't, because even though we're not as big as some of our competitors, we have to show up with the quality in hand, being like, yes, here's this.
Yep. So. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Michael Newman 2634. My big block Mopar gets the full Killshot and Blackjack distributor installed this week. Let's go. That's awesome.
Let's see a video, man. Yeah, put that thing on YouTube.
Do it. Tag us.
Yes, I'd love to see it. I love a good install video.
Yes. I mean, sometimes we'll just on lunch break just be scrolling through what you guys do. But anyway, that was a shorter one. But Danny Richard Q4M says, really enjoy your videos. Thank you guys. Thank you, Danny. Any plans to have the wild card small block Chevy intake manifold for the 87-95 style heads? I really like the multi-port injection. We do too. We love the multi-port injection.
Yeah, that's a popular thing. As you know, all the small blocks I use are that one with the weird center bolts. But that is a thing that as we're growing and adding more intakes to our list, and that's definitely going to be. I can't say definitely, but yeah, like we've got a sample of that one.
Sure.
So we'll be going in that direction. It'll be like 87 to 95, 95 to 97 or whatever it is, which is what's running on my Tahoe actually.
Yeah.
The exploding tire Tahoe.
No, that one's for the notes for sure. That one is a good idea, really good idea.
You can read the next one, Ben.
Oh no, I'm not. Bryant Stillwell says staring in disappointment at Ben about Mopar. Shakes head. It's a learning moment. Moment for marketing guy. I'm new to this. I'll be honest. I'm getting into it. 2 years old as far as car stuff goes. So I'm just a baby. But sometimes Tim has to correct me every once in a while. But that's okay.
Dang, Craftworks MC. Is that a motorcycle club? I love it either way it goes.
You got all the long questions.
Hey. Well, depending on what voice I want to read this in.
Oh, no.
I just want to say thanks. And I have a takeaway question in regards to the Canbus-oriented instrument question. Since the Jackpots and other systems have a GPS speedo built into every other way, yes, be an output VSS signal. That's the thing we're doing. We're gonna change one of the things into a GPS-driven VSS output signal.
Sorry, I was moving.
He's getting self-conscious about whether we're still recording or not. We like to do these things and not pick up all the sounds and have to go back around and do them again sometimes. Yes, on the VSS thing, that's something that got heavily talked about. I saw it in one of the new schematics. It might not be in the current Jackpot, but it may be because we have to reorient some pins for a future expansion into a very interesting thing we're doing. But, yeah, you could see that in the future. Probably not for the current systems, for like the next level up systems. You could see a GPS VSS output pin that may be a selectable option from one current wire to another current wire, like a tack out or GPS out or something like along those lines. That makes most sense if you think about how the circuitry works on that. So, yeah, for example, GM, VSS, and Dakota Digital, FOMOCO. You know what FOMOCO means?
Fear of... I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
Ford Motor Company. And any other generic settings, it is easy as providing the signal on an output and having an ability to tell the PCM whether it is whatever math is needed to run it. Or is it more complicated than that? So 50-50. I also wanted to commend you on the videos on how and where things are made.
Yeah.
As well as why. It's not rocket science to figure out everyone is using offshore production to lower cost, and it's nice to hear that even though a company they do know the difference between locations with high standards. That's yeah. I work in the industry where we have to do this as well. Keep up the great work, and I like the customer-oriented dialogue. It's true. It shows that you care about making the products user-friendly and feature-filled with focus on what can be offered. Very, very true.
Wow.
He gets it. Said. He actually gets the whole thing. That's great.
Yeah.
Because as much as we'd like to do all the manufacturing here, it just wouldn't work.
Yep.
It just wouldn't work.
There aren't any casting facilities, period.
Not really. They're all very, very special things.
Yeah.
For special castings. So you're not going to get, you're not going to get production level throttle bodies here, unfortunately. Not yet. But, as we grow, we'll be transitioning certain things into different places and all that whatnot. And some of those things will probably land here in the United States. Yeah. And we don't mind telling you where.
Yep.
We really don't. We're not scared of none of that stuff, dude. Yep. As long as it's high quality, it's meeting the standard, and it's an affordable price for you, the people, we're all about it. So let's see here. I'll get the next one. It's really wordy too. Randy's Restoration. Good videos. Curious where the Aces name come from. I know the answer to this. Does Benjamin know the answer to this?
I did. Oh, man. Oh, this is embarrassing. I can't remember.
This is early
It's
Aces.
an acronym.
It is an acronym. It's early Aces. There's only, I think, 4 people that work here that know what it is. Ben actually has counted out 4, even though they can't remember what it is. Advanced.
Computer.
Component. Engine system, maybe?
I think that's right. I'd have to look. It would have been in the old copy of the original website.
That's true. Well, we'll have to make Reed placard.
Engine systems.
Yeah. What do you think we're using? At the time, we were using advanced components for engine systems.
I feel like it's electronic for some reason.
It could have been electronic originally, but I thought it was engine systems last time I was looking at the thing.
It's an acronym. That's where it came from.
We'll dig it out of the archives and plaster it up there. But,
yes.
After that, we realized Aces is pretty cool.
Yep.
And we made a cool logo, and it just carried on from there.
Yep. The branding has stayed the same for just card-related, poker-related. So we've tried to keep things in that genre. Royal Flush, Jackpot, Quick Draw.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Next.
Toby Garman. I'd like to see multi-port dual-plane air gap style intake for the 302 Ford. The Edelbrock RPM air gap is a great intake but lacks the ability for multi-port.
Yeah, our current one's a big single plane right now, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely.
The current one's a big single plane now. Dual plane will do good for him. He's trying to get some low-end torque. Probably got a really sweet truck project.
Add it to the list.
No, that is legit. When they ask more about intakes, they'll be like, "Hey, they ask for a, air gap dual plane Ford intake, and we'll see if it's an available thing that we can just get through our manufacturer that they already kind of have a design for. We just need to move some stuff around and change the qualifications on it. Not a big deal.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to buy hundreds at a time, but that's just because of the production run is X amount of units, and you have to, I need this many.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's one thing people don't get about, if you have a one-off thing, they want you to make a one-off thing special for their car, and it's you understand we have 1,500 of these sensors, 200 of these intakes, so on and so forth, just to make the one thing. Mm-hmm. That's why we have to really meet everybody in the middle on this.
Yep. That's a good point. Toxic Too Fat with a PH.
Old school.
Yeah. My thoughts are, what will backwards compatibility be with new parts, aka handhelds, and would a bolt-on upgrade be possible without a new harness swapped in and stuff like that? I plan to buy a Killshot 1, but if I find I want a pro/upgrade later, I hope it stays simple if possible.
So I've used the ECU and the harness for the new Killshot, and put an old throttle body on it, and put a classic throttle body on it, and I think we're gonna be putting one on a Royal Flush, a new Killshot II throttle body on there. They're cross compatible. The only thing it drops is the fuel pressure sensor, because it's not pinned in the older throttle body because it doesn't exist.
Yeah,
you'll have a wire going there, but it's not going to do nothing.
Yeah.
But the other one will work.
Yeah.
Or if you got the pinning tools, you can just pop the connector, stick the thing in, and call it a good day. But it's a whole thing. I wouldn't worry about that. But yeah, there's a lot of cross compatibility. You got a new handheld, the new HD handheld, it works on an old Killshot.
Yep.
If you got an old handheld, it works on the new Killshot, and vice versa. So
yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's we thought about that. We thought about, it's not going to be a thing where you plug it in and everything just goes left field hardcore.
Yep.
It's going to be some things just aren't in there, but we kept it very, very much to where you can plug a thing into another thing.
Yeah. Those were hours and hours long conversations about how to put those things together. But yes, the only thing that I know of that just out the gate is that extra FPS wire. Anyway, I read the last two. You go.
No, cool. Nitro Kid 98. Will there be a possibility of making a series of jackpots that's more geared towards competition applications, like the same way Holly has done with the Dominator? Great system, by the way. And Fuel Tech has done with their units.
Yep.
Fuel Tech's fantastic. We're not just competitors; we're also fans.
Yep.
As weird
Absolutely.
as it goes.
Well, we wouldn't be anywhere without competition.
No.
So.
But where could we integrate switches into the panel roll cage, give us some manual controls over certain items, as well as ability to push button start? I know a lot of people are going to use Jackpot for performance street applications, but I feel the system is somewhat limited to truly compatible for competitive and racing competition applications. You're right. We haven't focused hardcore on the racing applications because we're covering the hot rod market very, very good because that's the bulk of the market. If we was just going to racing stuff, it costs a great deal more. But the future of us having a way more compatible and way more capable Jackpot for that kind of deal, yeah, we're not gonna just jump right into it and release it next month, but we're gonna start sliding into it to figure out how many CAN networks do we need, how many outputs, how many inputs, what do we need to do to make sure everybody's happy when they buy the thing. It's just fantastic. So, and it'll be different kind of connectors and a whole different body layout, but we're going to be doing some really neat stuff with that, and that is a long burn project, but we're collecting a lot of data to make sure that we're meeting the mark for you, the competition customers, looking to actually go out there, get up on the chip, and send it 150 down the way.
Yep. We have some projects in the work where you can start to see us like enter some areas like autocross, maybe some drifting and things like that, but as far as all-out competition, that's not something that we've really stepped into yet. I mean, even with where we do sponsorships and stuff like that, we haven't even pushed into that realm just because of that reason. We're more of a hot rod focused company, I would argue, and have been, but it's definitely something that we're working on and looking into. I think you said it best when you said we're gathering research. There's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, I'll have a prototype at some point in the next year, and I'll have to put it on something spicy. I mean, truly a straight up, full cage chassis car, ready to go, big nasty.
Some of you might have already been included in some of those conversations.
Some of these folks will be already have these things floating around the shops, and they'll be quite keen on, well, I'll test this out for you if you want to come over and bring your laptop and a kit.
I'm sure everybody's in that boat to some extent.
Let me put a purchase order in for a $150,000 car.
Yes. Yep. I'm excited for that. No. Anyway, Michael Newman again says, "What's the difference between the Killshot and Royal Flush?" I'm just kidding. I was gonna pretend like Royal Flush has a CDI box built into its ECU, so you can notice even on the website one has a much larger ECU than the other. One is about yay big, and one is about yay big. Killshot is smaller. Royal Flush has the CDI box. Likewise, the Joker and the Wildcard. Wildcard has a smaller ECU. Joker has a CDI box built in.
Facts. So. Trevor Howard, 6115. People complain about made in China, but will pay extra for a Holly unit that comes from China. I have no regrets buying my Jackpot kit.
Thanks, Trevor.
Yeah, thanks, guy.
Yeah, it's true.
Actually, not all Holly stuff's made in China. Some is made in Canada. Some
I don't
made in
know
Mexico.
Which ones are, which ones aren't. You're the one that's worked there. I don't even know if I can say that.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's old news, man. Everybody knows that.
I thought.
The thing is, where else do you get experience in the industry to do exactly this job? You gotta
briefly
work in there. There's only a handful of companies.
Roll down the list of past jobs of Tim. Da, 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 da. I'm just kidding. So here we go. Chris Daniels live. Love the Tech Tuesday, but this one
Live the
Tech Tuesday, but this one didn't seem to answer many questions. Hope to see more questions answered in future videos. Dude, I know. Love my Killshot, by the way, but hearing about the Killshot II has me a little bummed. I may want to upgrade now, lol. Yeah, man, we are getting tons of questions. Like I opened it up with.
Didn't
we have
seem to
50
answer too many questions. The thing,
comments.
We burned down an hour of filming on that live Tech Tuesday. But there was just so many questions that kept rolling in.
Mm-hmm.
And then even the next video was answering even still more of those questions.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But that's the thing. If you guys want to lay down a question, I mean, don't make it 2 paragraphs, please, because I said that sit there and read it. But if you want to lay down a sentence or two about, hey, this thing, that thing, this question, what have you not, man, put that thing in there.
Yep.
We're going to burn through them one at a time.
Yep. Before we used to have, maybe 10 questions per Tech Tuesday, and now we're running into 26 to now I guess 50 is the top.
Early days, we had to get on other people's videos and read questions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
so,
true.
Not even ours, just other people's.
And we're not complaining. That just means that, there's just a lot more people getting into this and recognizing who Aces is. And so we're not. It's just one of those things.
Dude, Buick Builds. Mm-hmm. Thanks for answering my question from last week. I got my Killshot first start yesterday. Super happy with it so far.
Let's go.
That said, I prefer Lambda instead of AFR. I feel you there. But handheld only displays 1 decimal point. Not that useful as it could be. Could we do 2 decimal points? I'll ask.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Sure.
I think it reads at 3. All right, you can head next one.
Epic name. Just epic name. Where's my 10 millimeter? Howdy, boys. I've got my RX-7 with a 12A rotary engine running out of a 4 pounds per square inch of boost with a blow-through style setup. I'm having an issue where fuel comes out of the throttle linkage once I start to build boost, and it seems incredibly dangerous. Is this normal? I can't find many videos on people running boost. Thank you.
That fuel at the throttle linkage thing, it's interesting because what happens normally when I've seen that under boost is because you got a bit too much. What happens is a bit too much fuel going on at some point in the map, and it may not reflect in your AFR or Lambda, however you're reading it, and you'll have a bit on there. Or if you blip into the throttle real hard and slam the plate shut, the acceleration correction will just pull up on top of the plates, even with that little bit of extra manifold pressure, and leak out the pipes or leak out the shafts as it goes. So that's 2 possibilities. I've seen one do it with a weird spot of fuel in the map, and I've seen one whenever it would only do it after a heavy acceleration and then letting completely off the throttle. So check those 2 things out. Check your map out. Make sure it's not doing nothing funny like that. But yeah, it's normally, if it's coming out there, it means you got a bit too much fuel. And it's a rotary, so rotary is like an oddball kind of thing right now about, we don't have the best strategy for rotary stuff because it's going to read the RPMs funny, which will make all kinds of funny things happen.
Sure.
It'll put it in a weird spot of the map, which may be what you're experiencing.
Good point.
Joshua Goodpasture, 5286, regrettably not sponsored by Red Bull. Well, I mean, we're game
we'll
for that.
reach out to them.
Game for that.
I don't think we're skydiving or anything that would, inspire Red Bull to come check us out. Maybe, I don't know.
Dude, I'm so heavy. If we went skydiving, I would definitely fall faster than you.
No comment. No
Come on,
comment.
have a laugh, Ben.
Timbo's Adventures, which is not this Tim.
I've been. How you been? What up, Timbo?
Yes.
From Tim to Tim.
Tim to Tim.
Good to see you on here.
Indeed.
We need the ability to upload our own wallpapers. Winky face. Oh. Yeah, it sounds good to me. That's something we talked about in future development for the handheld stuff is adding in different color schemes, different backgrounds, different customizable stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
we're
looking at that.
So exciting. I've seen some, I'm just going to say is I've seen some really cool stuff. So in the future. So
sweet.
Mark Hughes 4674. Thanks for the great explanation. Thank you for the MPH issue. You guys rock. You answered it, Tim. Let's go.
Did I?
It sounds like it.
Maybe it was Bradley. I don't know.
Ant-Man 993. Any update on a clock in the handheld? Also getting map in KPA without setting everything to metric. Thanks for a great product coming up on 1 year driving with no major issues.
Yeah, I'd like to see the map in KPA with everything else in PSI. It makes sense to a lot of people that are trying to have a go at this the first time. Not everybody understands metric units. Some people only understand American Freedom units. So a blend of the both or customizable, metric, Emperor, whatever, might be a really cool thing in the future. As for a clock and a handheld, that might be a later date thing because we're really focused on adding extra data in.
Yep.
Clock ain't a bad idea, but that'll be a thing you'll probably see in
That'll
the
come
bigger
with
dashes later.
I was going to say with the
because you can get engine
run
runtime. It's just not going to tell you that it's 2:30 in the afternoon.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, 3:20 in the afternoon.
Yep. Let's see. What are we thinking? Probably have like one. 2 more or 3 more. Okay.
We got a handful. We can try to burn through those one-liners right there.
Okay. The hammy, jazzy, blank
jazzy.
My question got posted on the video. I've been going crazy trying to code in Arduino to read your Canbus. I wanted to keep my stock BMW cluster so I can output RPM and temperature on the cluster. With this, I was also trying to use my stock temperature cluster to send a trigger signal to the Jackpot so I can engage the sedan AC unit. Sandin, not sedan, sorry. Dyslexic.
Click the replies on that. I replied to that one.
Oh, man.
I replied, keeping it OX64IC. That's hexadecimal for 100.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, we got to see about some gateway stuff if we're even able to do it and not worry about government stuff. Government stuff usually gets in the way when you're trying to tie in aftermarket to factory stuff. It's there's these 3-letter agencies that get a nosebleed over anything concerning that. So we can't just do it and not look at all the angles first about how will this affect us? How will this affect you? Will anybody get in trouble?
Yep.
Because there's things that happen.
I'm sure that'll happen. But
yeah, I mean they hooked Honda up pretty hardcore with a lot of people, and that was just a piggyback situation.
Yep.
PS 1723 SS. Will you offer a reduced price for existing Killshot users to upgrade to a Killshot II? Thanks for the idea. We'll have a conversation about that. If it's a thing, we might say something about it. Might post something about it.
Maybe, possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, we need to take that into consideration when we have a conversation about that. So, we'll see what's up with that.
Yep. Without getting into too much, it probably would depend on when you bought your system. But
I could say that'd be a factor.
Yeah. So but anyway, yes. Let's see. Matt Rat Garage, good info. Do you have me considering EFI upgrade for my 1956 Chevy Nomad channel project car? You should.
Is it mint green and cream? That's the only official color for a Chevy Nomad wagon, dude.
If not, change it and then call me.
No,
I'm just kidding.
That would be a smooth ride, dude. I don't know what it is about that. I'd have to wear like a bowler shirt all the time.
That's sick.
Just start figuring out where I can buy Winston's at. I don't even know if that's still a brand you can get anymore. Milkman 230. Please help Dead Dodge Garage. He gave up, and I want to see it work for him.
Yeah.
Is that the dude with the real funny intake turbo setup?
Yeah.
Seems like a tuning situation there.
Yeah, I don't want to get into it too much, but like, if he wants to reach out to us, I think we'll be more than welcome. I think we have maybe not reached out so much to him, just because he said if we did, it would be a whole thing. So, I don't know. Well, I'm down to do something with it. Some people don't have the greatest of applications, but that's okay.
That's a weird application. I like to see it work too. Yeah. I mean,
nothing against the guy.
Yeah, he can call if he wants.
Yeah,
no problem.
If he wants to, we'll be happy to help him. Let's see. Camshaft Garage. Any plans on doing a Jackpot system to run the 6L80E?
That's a future adaptation, probably after we do a lot more with the next generation of Chevy engine.
Yep.
Because there's going to be a lot of pull-out applications around the world, straight out of a truck into a thing, and they're going to have a 6-speed attached to the back of them.
Yep.
So we want to have a peek at that. There is just a little bit of CAN stuff we got to do. I actually spent a bunch of money on a valve body recently that has a Tecum attached to it, and I got to do some nerd stuff.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Word. What are we thinking, Tim?
Let's do one more.
You pick it.
Oh, stop.
All right, go for it.
Hold on a second. I'm trying to like filter it out here. There we go. JS Skills 12able. 1-2able? I don't know.
1-2.
Anywhoozles. Is it possible to create an app we can download on our phones and plugs into phone handheld to download, install tunes instead of using a computer? Yeah, it's possible. It'd be a Wi-Fi thing we could look into. I know our HD handhelds are actually Wi-Fi capable, so that'd be a bit of programming, this, that, and the other, for that kind of stuff. We'll see how capable they are, but we might end up maybe leaning in the direction of a Bluetooth thing.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be good to bring up in conversation.
Yep.
I'll add that to my little list.
Yep. Dude,
awesome.
Yeah. So many good questions. And I know there's a lot more in other videos that we need to and should get to.
Dude,
but
we
it's
burned
great.
through some of them today.
It's great. Yeah. And I appreciate people, being upfront and honest, and we do our best to do the same. And it's great. A lot of really, really fantastic stuff coming down the pipeline. You already see the Killshot II, but all those cool things. EGT.
I'm
Lambda,
just over 3,000 miles on my
Cameo.
Killshot 2, and it's great. I'm still running on just the Wizard on an HEI, nothing crazy, with the new handheld, which looks fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
The temptation for me is to do these testing videos and actually put it on my personal stuff, but I can't do it because it ain't been released. Yep. You know how it goes. It gets real tempting. You're just like, man, this would make great content. So now I got to set on top of this filming for a little while that I've already done on my own personal time.
Yep.
And then drop it next week or something.
Absolutely. Definitely.
Or totally forget I got footage and never put it out there.
That happens too, actually.
That happens a lot.
I know a lot of guys that do that. So we just shoot videos all the time.
I've got so many videos I just should have put out.
There's a Google Drive that just fills up. No, it's all good. Yeah, man.
You know how I am with my remote hard drives.
Oh, yeah. Oh, now that.
Those are really good hard drives.
I love those. He put me on game for one of these 4 terabyte hard drives that I use pretty much on the daily.
It's way fast.
It's awesome. So, but anyway, Tim, I really appreciate you coming down here to the studio, taking some time to answer some questions for the people. You guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Tech Tuesday. If you liked it, feel free to leave a like down below. If you have any questions about EFI or ACES EFI, leave them in the comment section below. If we didn't get to them in this video, we'll try to get to them in the next one. You can also repost your comments if we just so happen to not get to it in this one. And then also, if you have anybody that is looking to go EFI, send them our way as well. We'd love to help them out. But yeah, guys, again, thank you so much for watching this episode of Tech Tuesday, and we'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.
Bye now.